Kwame's not talking. Creative guy.
Yeah, but
How are you?
everybody is a creative guy.
I wish I was funny, so, but I
I
wouldn't
feel like
actually.
Phoenix gonna be here. You say
Did you pull an Ezzy?
Oh, really?
I don't know. I think she got it worse. I don't know exactly how.
What are you doing?
It's off, but I didn't put the streetcar track.
Oh, that's dope. Does that mean
It's top of Pottery Road, across from Dairy Queen there. Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it is.
Is it okay if I
Absolutely.
I see you still have your mask
No.
on.
Well, I have it on, so you can sit anywhere.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
eventually take it off. It's just because I came out of a
You
car.
have it on so we can get really close. Is that what, is that what's happening? Okay. Just good to know that. Oh,
I have to come to the show.
yes, anytime.
When he messaged me.
No, it's a long exhibition till September 26th.
But his solo exhibition is
Oh,
September
that's
20.
still coming.
September
When is it?
28th.
I don't know when the opening. I don't want to distract you. Opening date for
I haven't really set a date, but it's going to be like, the earliest it could be is like the 25th of September.
okay.
Yeah.
The day before that one comes down.
That's what I was
Yeah,
like.
which is why I told him, I was like, no, maybe first week in October.
Yeah, push it a little.
Yeah.
Why do you need? It's an extra 5 days,
Yeah.
but inside September so much happens.
Is there something new I could use?
Anyway,
It's like, nope, the same
see when
thing.
it gets closer how you feel.
I fell off my bike and I pushed it.
Okay.
My hands have been washed and
It's the first time I've ever.
I have a thermometer. I'm gonna come and take your temperature.
Same way. Like
Have you take your temperature?
I never really wore a helmet, so now I'm like.
Oh my god.
And I'm realizing I have some great photos of you as well.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm really.
Oh, you remember
realizing
that?
I have a stain on my shirt as I sit here.
No, not now. I'm
as
talking about Dundas West Fest.
Oh,
Do
you
you remember
have?
that? You don't remember?
I do. Was I wearing a dress full of flowers? And you took a
And your
photo
bag
of me
was
and Mabon,
also-
me and my
yeah.
friend.
But no, at first you were somewhere eating a corn.
Yes, that sounds
And then
like me.
I was sneaking photos of you, and you could see me, and you were kind of being okay. And then I said, okay, let me just come and then you pose for me.
Oh, where are those?
I have them, so I'll find a way to get them to you.
Please,
They're beautiful.
Please get them to me. I love to see that.
And you were very, you're very. Because some people
I
are
don't
also
mind.
kind of,
I
I don't know
don't-
you.
I don't mind.
Why are you taking photos of me? But you were like,
Okay.
all right, sure, go ahead.
If the camera's gonna steal any part of your soul by now, my soul will be gone. So it's like there's nothing left. Just take a photo. It's done.
That's a good attitude.
I don't take it too serious. Don't take that part too serious. Oh my god, this dog is fantastic.
Chief Douglas.
Oga.
You mean Oka? Get it right.
Somebody called me that one day, and I was just like, all right, I'll own it. Oga.
So you have to do.
Hello. Josiah. Tony. Nice to meet you. Are you Nigerian? Are you Ghanaian?
No, you're Ghanaian.
Nigerian. Oh, y'all both Ghanaian?
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Better
Tell me about the air.
I was like, I was almost born in Nigeria though.
They just joined us.
Yeah, I go both ways.
It's funny how Nigerians and Ghanaians click the most.
Yeah.
But
But
like
the
the
banter
worst
is
rivalries.
it's like the most craziest banter between these two countries.
It's
But-
not right
Is it
over to us.
different?
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you
it's like
emigrate
it's
here?
like when
No,
we're
it's-
with others, we're brothers.
Or you get back home.
Back home,
Same.
it is,
family,
yeah.
you know?
But it's so funny because it's like it's just like two friends that you're always arguing,
Yeah.
and then like they pretty much argue about everything, like
The
everything.
Caribbean,
Yeah,
right?
so-
There's
They're buddies.
Yeah,
They're friends in the end.
yeah. So it's funny.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, that's good to know.
it's dope.
The closest version of Caribbean is Trinidadians and Jamaicans and Trinidadians.
Yeah, pretty much the exact same. Yeah.
And then there's a Jamaican and Nigerian thing that goes on in England, I think.
Really?
In London, I understand.
Oh.
Nigerians happens to be everywhere.
Yeah. Who's
Yeah.
the problem with the Nigerians and the Jamaicans?
Yeah, well, there's a whole joke about the Nigerians and the Jamaicans of Africa and the Jamaicans and the Nigerians of the Caribbean. Is often what they say because there's similar personalities.
Jamaicans
traits.
are definitely Nigerians.
Yeah, we like to think we're Ghanaians,
Yeah.
right?
True.
That all our narrative is that we're gonna go back to
Yes,
Ghana.
Your narrative sounds Ghanaian, but your
Yeah,
actions are not.
we all run
Ghanaian.
back to No, that I agree definitely.
Actions are more Nigerian.
Absolutely,
Your actions are more Nigerian.
absolutely, absolutely.
Like, Nigerians are very aggressive, right? In terms of everything, even business, everything, right?
No, it's a good thing.
No,
Like,
it's
the
not a
way
bad thing. Like, I give that to Nigerians. Like,
see
I
how
wish I had that part
Nigerians
of
progress.
Nigeria.
Nigerians progress. I think of all the African countries, Nigerians probably like the people that
Like,
progress
they
the most.
hustle.
No, Nigerians progress, man. Yeah, but I
Well,
mean,
that's why you're struggling in the country, because everybody's a hustler.
like,
There's a few patches that are still.
if anyone,
You can't put too many hustlers in
yeah,
one
if
place.
any of the African
They start
countries
robbing
is gonna do
themselves.
anything first, most likely will be Nigerians.
I just came in and I said,
Yeah.
likely to be the one to do something.
Well, but sometimes, there's some little countries that are, proactive in a way. Just that Nigeria, they have this zeal.
I think you guys venture into like,
They push too much.
like,
Who's gonna come in?
like when it comes to movies, you guys cross the border first.
That's true.
When it came
It's
to
everything.
like like Hollywood, I think Nigerians cross first.
Everything.
Yeah.
I don't see any bandages.
No.
Okay.
yeah, no,
They
no,
don't
we're good, we're good.
They make the most impact. Yes. They make the most impact.
Hey folks, this is cute.
Done.
All the flowers are from here.
Like,
Oh, really?
I hear Jamaicans
Looks like
talk
nice
about
little
that.
hug.
Like,
Sorry, because I just fellow Jamaican. I have to hug her.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. This is all because I was in an Uber and they required to wear it. And my thing now lately is that I keep having to on off. It'll come off. It'll come off eventually. All right. You know what?
Yeah, it's always more
Yeah.
Nigerians.
There, it's done.
Now we see the beard. Nice beard.
So no, you were saying.
So yeah, but like, is that something that like, did you hear that a lot for example growing up, or like, is that something that's commonly discussed like in Jamaica, or like Jamaican people feel that like, or like amongst Jamaican people? Because I've heard my Jamaican friends.
Yeah, I think if you ever look for your ancestors, I think it's common.
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
always think Ghanaian and
Yeah.
lineage, yeah.
It's a narrative that's I grew up with, like, and somehow I think Ghana just is more in our consciousness. Nigeria is seen slightly as dangerous.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Nigeria is seen, well,
that part I didn't know.
yeah, Nigeria is sort of, no, I think somehow Ghana is just stuck. And there's something about the idea that the transatlantic slave castles, that's where people were brought over from.
Yeah.
So I think it's across the most of the global diaspora. Ghana is where people think to go back. Even in African Americans, they think to go back to Ghana
All the slaves were
more than to go to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Nigeria is seen more as
All
a
the slaves, the Western slaves.
like its own kind of,
yeah,
Nigerians are in their
almost
own way.
industrialized country that's doing its thing. Whereas Ghana is like the homeland somehow. It's sold as the homeland.
Senegal, all of that.
You know. But then I wonder too, because when I've been to Ghana, and of course what the thing when you go to Ghana, you have to go to all the slave castles, right? As diasporic folks, and they seem to tell the story that that's kind of where, no matter where Africans came from across the continent, who were are enslaved
especially the
and
West-
brought, they were
the
brought
Western
to that
Africa.
place to.
Yeah.
So we could have come from anywhere, right? But that's where you kind of came to be put on ships.
If you didn't invite me, I think I
You
would
know?
just came and
And
showed
I'm sure when they came in, there was probably like some culture they all have to follow. And they'll show them what to do, how to get along. So you have the whole, like, there'll be base. I'm sure there'll be like,
Training.
and they'll pass you through before
Yeah.
they get you shipped out. Because most of the time today they used to communicate with music, right? So it has to be something that was common to all of them in order for them to communicate.
You mean they had like a period of time there?
Yeah, they were there for a
to
long
develop
period of
it.
time, right? To develop
It's
what
crazy
they-
though. Like the first time, what was it, 2 years ago we went? 2 years, right? So for me, like, it was like 22 years since I went back, and I went to the castle, the slave castle, and the guy, the general was telling me the
What was the story?
story. Like, it's just how
I was like,
how the slaves were, like,
How are you?
I'm like, no matter what he wears, he looks good.
Females got raped.
I was too hot. I couldn't wear long. I put them on. I take them. I was so hot.
You just, you can't look back. You're one of those.
The Portuguese went there first.
And a summer, you know.
You have to go. Yeah.
We're soon gonna have to be covered up. And I'm glad you wore the shoes.
You know,
You wore the shoes. Thank you.
yeah.
Because where the
So you wanna know the story?
it was the church.
Yeah.
It was maybe mid
Story or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't
July, close to my birthday. My birthday is July 29th. So I actually need to go to the washroom at Holt's, and I'm like, I don't want to go to Holt's because he pretentious and I can't afford anything. I go in there, go to the washroom, like, so I'm like, let me check out the price. So needless to say, it was like 80%.
Whoa.
So it was good. It was good. So I'm happy, so now I can wear it and like, yeah, you know, I'm in the crowd. I'm happy. I'm happy.
My last
No man,
name
them
is
look good.
Pereira.
Yeah.
When you posted them, I was like,
Sri Lanka, I wear mixed, like, they were everywhere.
Because they got funded by. It's funny to go on this project, right?
Yeah,
Like as a wing of their service.
So, because the who was it? I think it was trying to get funding from. Is it Henry the Eighth or whatever?
she went inside, I think.
Oh, you're up there?
And then the Spain, the Queen of Spain gave Columbus the funding to go on this excursion. So they went many places more. Like the Spain, the Portuguese, they began all these excursions, man. And then you know what? But it's life, man.
Who came first?
Oh, who came
Well, ladies
first?
first.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
thank you. I'm not much of a lady, but that's very
The
sweet.
ladies are up there too.
There's another, yeah.
Okay,
there's
well,
another.
ladies, gentlemen.
Yeah, very nice, gentlemanly work.
He said ladies, and then he's looking around here for any more, and I'm like, I think they're
I
up there.
think they're there.
I mean, not that some of us may not be, we may be non-binary, so let me take that back.
I haven't worked, so I've been
Eh? No, I just you know, I'm just saying.
ups and downs.
But I'm curious, in Nigeria, are there, I don't know if there's, are there castles? Are there slave castles? Is that also,
We have like, I grew up in Lagos, in Nigeria.
Right.
I prefer there was like there were like areas where they said that this is where they would take slaves away. I don't know if they took them to Ghana or if they took them right off, but there's like on the coast.
Right.
Lagos is on the coast, but there's parts of Lagos where there were some chains that they held them in and some of the spaces that held them in. But I don't know if we have like, honestly, I don't remember. I don't know if we have like castles, like, you know, because the ones in Ghana are like famous.
yeah.
Yeah, they have a few in Ghana.
Yeah, quite a lot in Ghana.
Yeah. And then with Ghana too, because of the gold, they like, you know,
They loved it.
yeah, they loved it because of the gold and all the things that they just go close, you know. So
I mean, it's quite something to go to the ones in Ghana. We went to two, Cape Coast and Elmina. Yeah, we went to Elmina and Cape Coast. And the one with the door of no return.
yeah, that's Cape Coast.
And I remember, you know, it's amazing because we went, you know, into the dungeons where they held folks. But the thing where we all lost it, I mean, I'd already been because I was in Senegal before, and I went to Gorée Island, and I'd gone over and seen that and had the experience of that. And I remember being there, and we were staying sort of on the coast. Somewhere, and you know, we hung out with some local folks, chatted, hung out, and it was when we were in Gorée Island, and it's French francophone, right? So we're at this Gorée in the slave castle, and they're telling you about the slaves, and then they kept saying éclaves, éclaves, and then we suddenly realized, wait a minute, the folks we'd met before have been calling us éclaves.
Yeah.
So you know, literally, because I guess we're from the West, that was like this idea that, oh, you know, yeah, these are the slaves. It was an easy way to say, oh yeah, these. So we didn't realize that was what we were saying until the guy was explaining, oh, this is where they held the éclaves, and then we realized, wait a minute, they've been calling us slaves the entire time we've been there, right? But when we were in, I don't know if it was Elmina or Cape Coast, but when they took us into this one room, and they said, this is where the children were held, or the babies, and then I don't know, for some reason, as kids growing up learning about slavery, I don't think we understood that, they also captured children and babies and held them and took them. We always assumed, in my head, I was, they must have captured family with, or if the kids came, they came with a family member. But no, this is where, and it was a lower ceiling. Because we said, well, why is the ceiling so low in this particular room? And they said, this is where the babies and children are held. And almost every one of us started to cry. Like it's like instinctively, we started to bawl.
It's crazy. When you see the size of the space and they tell you it's about 500 people, you're like,
how? Like, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's really crazy.
That's bad.
It's quite something. So I think that's probably also why Ghana is seen, because there's more of a story around the slave castles, and whereas I don't know that that's so strong from a Nigerian.
But like, I don't think it's like a known thing where people like the castles in Ghana. Like I said, they're famous. Even Ghana. Like people I know here who go to Ghana talk about this castle.
Right.
We have those like sites that are like well known. We have them, they exist, but they're not like well known.
Yeah.
But I guess also,
Badagry, but Badagry is like literally like it's like a one-bedroom house.
Really?
You don't have those like huge like fortresses that were built in.
but I guess also it's how Ghanaians have been like branding and marketing all these things for the longest time, right? In terms of like emancipation and everything, they have been like the forefront of it, right? Like they gained the independence first, they're fighting for like the Caribbeans to come home,
right?
Even, like passports and all those things,
right?
Like the gateway to Africa. So they've been branding it for the longest time. So it's become part of the narrative, right? That you want to go to, and then they call it the most peaceful place in Africa. So you want to try the peaceful one before you try the crazy ones, right?
Yeah, because Nigeria is, even in my head, it's only now that I have Nigerian friends.
Crazy to the Nigerians.
Yeah, but you know, you just get all these stories about kidnapping and danger and, you know, right?
It's true, it's true.
Which is a Jamaican story too in the Caribbean. Like Jamaica's a dangerous place to go, but because our tourism is so linked to the fact that we're a little bit edgy.
With the Nigerians.
Yeah.
My Jamaican friends and my Nigerian friends are very much alike.
Really?
Very much.
So were you
But they are leaders.
Just before I turned 10, I came here. I was still pretty young.
You're Jamaican, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I think I'm more Ghanaian than Nigerian.
You're more Ghanaian than you seem like it.
If I saw you, if I saw you somewhere, I'll probably say you're Ghanaian. Yeah. Before even taking a guess that you're Jamaican.
Oh, interesting. Usually people know that I'm Jamaican.
Really?
Yeah.
No, if you don't.
Oh, I don't know, but even white people
speak.
told me, they're like, you look Jamaican.
Really?
And not just because every black person looks Jamaican, just
maybe.
just distinctly, right?
It's always a possibility.
So do you guys get that as well? Like when you move around without speaking or saying anything, do people actually get a sense, or do you sometimes get told? Because a lot of black people, when they come here, that's the thing. It's, everybody, back when I was here in the 70s when I first migrated here, like all my friends who were from anywhere would say, everybody thinks we're Jamaican. Like everybody else thinks. Does that happen to you guys still or not? Doesn't happen? Oh, it happens to the locks. Even Nigerians?
Yeah. You're talking like a Nigerian, she'd be like, are you from Jamaica?
Then you turn the accent on.
What do you mean?
Where in Jamaica?
Where?
Yeah.
South Trelawney.
Okay.
Up in the hills.
Yeah.
You know where Mandeville?
Oh, yeah.
Christiana? You know Christiana? You know Christiana?
Yeah, it's like whatever runners come from there. Like sprinters.
Yeah. And then you get further up in the mountain, and then I'm in a little town called Lorimer's in Trelawney.
Changes real quick, yeah.
And where's your family from? Where are you from? Oh, you're like Courtney's from St. Thomas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We're in St. Thomas.
Close to
So the
Gold
guy, he had
It's like
Canadian accent.
almost like the east part.
And then I looked at him, he looked African.
Right.
It's
Like
close,
my
it's
brother.
yeah, closer to Portland.
Oh,
Right.
my brother.
That's the other thing too. Like
You don't need that
people
cash now.
always, like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
There's a gap especially.
Why I'm
That's like a St. Thomas thing. Apparently.
Really?
That's what people say. I mean, it's probably not true, but like.
But that's what I love.
Yeah. My twin siblings, the youngest siblings who are twins, they have a gap, but they're born in Kingston, grew up and came here.
Yeah.
Whereas I born in Kingston, but I went to be raised by my grandmother in
I
Trelawny.
lived with my grandparents.
Yeah?
Yeah, like my parents came here first, and we lived there for a year while we were coming out. So it's like,
Yeah.
they live in St. Anne now.
I don't have any friends now.
St. Anne now?
Like, no, they did. Like, that's where I lived for a year with my grandparents.
Oh, yeah?
But like, really, really far inland. I was like, because where I grew up was like close to the sea.
Right.
And we had to live for a year inland.
Yeah.
I wanted to be close to the sea.
See, and I grew up inland.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up by the sea. So it's really funny because whenever I go home and I do videos of traveling home to where I come from, pretty much all my Courtney, Junior, they all come from the coast. So they always go, where the hell are we going? And why is it taking so long? Oh my God, are we there yet? And I'm like, but I'm used to that. It takes me, when I get off the plane, it takes me 2 to 3 hours to get home. Whereas you pretty much, except St. Thomas is a good distance away from.
You just go
Then you
Kingston,
do
right?
prep.
Yeah.
Like, they go get it. Like Ghanaian will be like,
2 hours
okay,
max.
next
Yeah.
week.
But
Next week,
I went last
then
year.
they'll
I
give
didn't go
us
to
a
St.
flash
Thomas.
story.
My sister went back. We just stayed in St. Anne.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
We're in St. Anne.
Close to money.
Oh, that's where my mother's family is from. Yeah, because where I grew up in Lorimer's in Trelawny, it's right on the border. So literally, my little district is Lorimer's, but then if you just walk a few feet, then you're in St. Anne, which is this little village or district called Battersea. And then from that, then you go down the hill to Claremont, Maneague.
My brother went to Claremont.
Yeah. You know, Brownstown, all those areas, right?
Ah. Sure, you can drive, but you don't know how I'm going to
No big deal.
Oh, really? This thing get you. This is nice. That's not a camera. Actually, nice. The guy showed me how to do this. Yeah? Yeah. I could spoil myself at home.
But you didn't hurt your head.
It's going to be hard today. Look at all this. Physical looks, the conversation. How do I stop? And I have to at some point.
How much memory do you have?
Quite a bit, actually.
Like, you must have like 5,000 gig.
I think they should.
Yeah. I think they said that they were going to contract that to some money things.
If it's Nigeria, no contract it to
I think
their brother.
just after I...
The money you
Oh, but it's the same with Ghana. It's just the Ghanaians, that's what I told you.
I don't have to give it to you. I have to give it to you.
No, listen.
Well, compared to Nigerians, we okay.
They would just have better paperwork.
But that's what I was telling you, the Ghanaians, they will rob you, but in small quantity. The Nigerians, they don't care. Still, they can go and borrow 1 billion and steal the 1 billion, right?
I never lived on a paved streets. I lived in just 17. I never lived on a paved streets because the house that we lived in, like the second time we lived there, every time there was a contract.
Yeah, I know, but it's the same road.
Like they'll show a sign like, oh, this project's beginning like next month. Never happened. Never happened.
No, Ghana did do it.
It wasn't the hills.
Ghana did do it.
I feel like in Ghana they'll at least do like
They'll do
give
something.
you something.
Yeah.
Like
They'll do a road that will last 2 years. Yeah, out of the 10 million.
They have like a beer contract.
At least something, you know.
they'll build a house on the street that they're supposed to fix for
That's
money.
what Ghana is not that bad.
This explains so much.
But I think, I mean, the government that we have right now,
It's on my body weight. And it's
I think, yeah, he's trying.
great. And I think I like sort of
Yeah. He's really trying. Like he's
cement barrier.
because free education.
And I think I like just
That's not easy. Like that's not
Yo,
easy.
the Ghanaian free education is, in my opinion, it's too much.
I was embarrassed. So I was like,
Free education,
glad nobody's around.
free food for the kids, free uniform,
And I
free
noticed that
textbooks,
Free accommodation.
free books, free accommodation,
Yeah, it's crazy.
free everything. I
Yeah,
get
but the
it.
thing
I
is
get it.
like, how do you sustain
How do you
it?
sustain it, right? Because there are some that could afford. Like, if I go to school for free, that's nonsense.
How do you sustain it? It's sustained by the benefits that you get from the investment. Because you're
But
going
see,
to
the
return
thing
on
is,
investment.
the thing
and you're
is,
gonna improve your
you
country.
get it. Like, you know, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
But
But when the country is in a state of developing, right, the money could be channeled to certain other things. Well, like roads, for example, or infrastructure. You know, agriculture, for example, needs money in, right?
Those are more
Because
short term. This is like a longer term investment.
it is a longer term. It's good. It's I'm not saying it's bad. It's good.
Are you anti-education?
No. I'm saying the education could be free, right? But their parents can also subsidize.
Contribute.
Or low-income families get the free everything.
Yeah. Everyone
Yeah, how about
everyone
this?
gets the
How about
free
this? How
Even
about
the
this?
minister's kids.
One
Yeah.
thing, that's fine. You don't choose which family you're born into. And so it's not about doing this for the parents, it's about doing this for the kids in the country. So you do it equal for everybody, so the kids in the country can benefit.
Wow.
Because if you do it based on what the parents are doing, then some kids who are born into whatever family, they're not going to get the full benefit, and you're potentially missing out on like people with massive potential that you didn't know about.
No, but how are you gonna miss out if your parents are so?
So are there private schools that people
They are private schools, but the government schools are way better.
Oh, the government schools
The
are
That's
government-
brilliant.
Way better.
That is so brilliant to
You know,
hear.
Ghana is funny. Okay, so the junior high
Yeah.
and the senior high. The junior high of the government is useless. The private part, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And
When
then
you
the
get to the
senior
senior
high,
high-
the government is amazing, the private is useless.
So
So
most
the private junior feeds the government senior.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is
Kind of
like,
weird.
which is not good because then the rich kids or the rich parents,
Yeah.
so their kids will get the private school at junior,
Junior,
and then
and then
the-
when they get to
the senior,
senior,
go
they
to
actually
the
get to the
government.
best schools, which is the government.
So what are they doing about that?
Thank you, sir.
The junior, because now the private, there's a lot of.
See, he's very Ghanaian.
Right?
He said it already. He's a bit more Ghanaian like, and what he just did was a very Ghanaian move. It's like, no, I can wait. Let him have it. You know, is that very Ghanaian? You know, let me. Whereas me, notice that I'm very Nigerian because I was like, give me my drink. You know, I'm not waiting. And like, I don't know why my drink took so long.
Yeah.
That's good though. I didn't know that about the free education.
Yeah.
But I feel like the parents that can afford,
Yeah, they should.
I don't think the education should be free for them.
That's a fair point.
Because-
but, I guess my only question is, how much of the percentage of the cost will that be? The parents who can actually afford it. Is it that much like of a difference?
No, because
Not really.
well, I don't know.
Well, but see, okay, so this, let's
It is sort of free because it is sort of free.
it is sort of free. But you
Just
have to do
when you
national service
graduate, you have
after.
to do national service, which is like yeah. So it is sort of free.
Yeah,
You do national service.
yeah.
So
Sorry.
But
Hi. Hello. Sorry. What's your name?
Anik.
Anik.
Yes.
Anika.
What are your? Nope. Just
What?
Anik.
Nick?
Just Anik. Yeah.
Are you Nigerian?
My ancestry. Yeah, but I was born.
Oh,
I was born
no,
here in
because,
West Africa.
no, because you see, a Nigerian will say Nick. But it's not just a nick, it's a nick something, right? So it's
Want to add it on?
yeah, because I have a friend who is a nick, like, but she's Nigerian, and it's a nika crew, something long,
And she just did something.
something long, right?
And she just did something that makes me go, I don't think she's Jamaican background.
What did I do?
You said but I'm Caribbean. Like I noticed that like a lot of my a lot of my
I
non
actually usually say the island I'm from, so I'm surprised.
yeah no but I have a lot of my friends who are
No.
see, she's not Jamaican.
no, but I noticed Jamaicans always say I'm Jamaican, but I noticed that because a lot of my friends from all the other Caribbean will tend to say we're West Indian, we're Caribbean, but Jamaicans always say Jamaican, right? So when you said that, I remember thinking, okay, but I kind of knew you were Trinidadian background. Yeah, I knew. Yeah.
Is there in like the Caribbean? Is there like a hierarchy, so to speak, where like I think there's like
We all think we are the top country. Every country thinks it's the top country.
The type of thing that you're thinking about, right?
Yeah.
Like Jamaicans will say that their culture, like they're the top of the world, really, for culture. Trinidadians might be.
We're not even just the Caribbean; it's the entire world.
That's why I keep comparing you guys.
Yeah.
That's why I keep comparing you guys to the Nigerians, right? Because the Nigerians think they're best at everything.
Yeah, they say
it's not in thoughts.
See, there was an argument online, right? That these guys were going off about High Life, right?
Oh, you guys invented highlights.
Yes, and the Nigerians were going crazy Fela is the best. And I was like, when Ghanaians recorded the first High Life in 1932, the Nigerians had not even thought of music. They're probably humming there. So, how do you put... Yes.
Because I thought like
Even
you have enough space
train fella.
to move?
So,
The Ghanaians.
You want to put it there?
I'm giving you your how many feet do you have to be? 6 feet? 6? I'm giving
Oh,
you your
no,
6
listen,
feet.
no, I'm good. Are you putting it there? Are you checking or are you measuring?
Yes.
love highlight.
Lovely.
Always so much highlight. I grew up hearing a lot of highlight. So I didn't know. I didn't like what which I thought more about.
And when you listen to a lot of old Ghana songs, there's a lot of people. But I'm glad you're enjoying
Because there was that time that they were. There was a lot of highlight musicians that did a lot of concerts. Like it became a thing, right? Back in those days. You definitely like
the sound is. So when you hear someone saying, "Oh, that sounds very Ghanaian," they were like, "No, that's Nigeria." I was like, "No, that's Ghanaian." Then you play a song in 1941 and you compare it.
It's so interesting.
If you want another cocktail, you have to hold on to the glass.
That's good.
Right? Yeah.
But I love how African music is doing now. Right?
Yeah.
It's becoming amazing.
Legit, like 2 days ago, I was walking from the coffee shop back to my house, and there was a bunch of black kids, but like really young black kids who seemed like they were all born here, and they had a big speaker, and they were all playing like Afro beats, and I was like, I stopped and I took a moment, and I was like,
2 years ago we were in London, right? Was it 2 years or 3 years? 3 years ago.
We're going to do cocktails until dinner time, which is in like 30 minutes. And then it'll be wine.
We're in London, and on the street at night, Afrobeat, everybody, white, green, brown, everybody.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think
that was like that Zonto time. They were going crazy.
like honestly, in London is a different, like it's a different culture altogether. Right. Like I think the Africans, the Caribbean,
they've really bridged.
And the British have managed to merge the cultures together. I mean, here we're still way behind, right? Like it's one of the worst.
I think if America embraces it more, it will get everywhere.
I think it'll maybe happen here before America, because America has their own culture, and we're still kind of forming our own black culture.
True.
I like a North American.
It's coming now. It's gradually.
With Beyonce?
Yeah, it's gradually.
Oh, I'm interested in the whole response to Black is King.
I haven't watched it. I just know like maybe 3 music out of per album. But
decades ago, like the composition of black people in like Toronto, Canada, was like more, like maybe not Toronto,
No, you're
more
right.
like
Right.
Caribbean born, and then
I was looking at something like either like earlier this year or last year about like immigration patterns in Canada, and Nigeria was like one of the
yeah.
I don't know if it was just amongst black people or like general.
Right,
Yeah, Nigeria was
right.
one of the ones that was like.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, like if your relatives abroad, they're most likely in UK, maybe in America, but most likely in Europe.
oh my.
Sorry. Guys, there's napkins. There's also a little side place if anyone prefers. But please help yourself. Of course, the bathroom is upstairs.
There's always like someone has to initiate, and then everyone joins.
Okay, fine. I'll be the leader.
See, he's exhibiting the Jamaican side.
This is the Jamaican side? No, but I'm doing it for everyone.
Yeah, I'll just pull it.
No, I'm just kidding.
One could argue that that's a little Ghanaian because what he's doing is he's sort of breaking the ice so everybody feels comfortable and
I'm so considerate. So goddamn.
And he just took one, he didn't took like 3 or 4.
$5? Yes.
Only $5.
Only quite cheap. Yes. Well, by the time I get $5, I get $5 from her. Also, guys, there's a tipping policy tonight. Just putting that out there.
The guy just kind of story told me.
Yeah? You're in it. Yeah, you're in it. Oh,
yeah.
that's
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to take the picture with you folks? nice.
I also need a tip.
So crazy.
You're gonna be broke before the night is out.
The last one we had a rum. Actually, no, it wasn't a gin day.
Oh yeah.
This time it's whiskey. The next time it's going to be rum. You love it?
Sure, yeah.
I was thinking about that. I'm like,
Oh, no one's looking up, so I'll just pretend a minute.
I think it's the new norm.
I think it will. If it goes down for a while, people will just get used to it and start taking it off.
no.
But if it should try to come back
Well, it is.
again,
It's coming up a little right.
Anyone gotten a drink?
Me, monkey.
Yeah?
No, hello.
Oh.